Welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to install the MySQL driver for Node.js. So we got MySQL server running. We verified using the MySQL command, the client. Now we need a way to connect to the database using our server, Node.js server. One way of doing that, we need what's called a driver for the database of our choice, MySQL. npm has a package called MySQL, which is the same name as the database. If you go to npmjs.com/package/MySQL, this is a package that we can use to connect to the database and perform queries. There's a lot to this, but let's get started. Let's go to the terminal. First, I'm going to say npm install MySQL. It should add an entry to my dependencies in my package JSON. Let's verify. Now it's here, line 17. Now with that, we can use it from our server.js. Up here, I'm going to say const MySQL equals require MySQL. Now we can use this, and first we have to do is connect to the database when the server is started. You can reference the guide here in their page. They say how to do it. You can see right here, after requiring it, we can call the create connection function, pass it an object with options. Those options will contain things such as the host, user, password, and the database. Right now, we do not have a specific database for our application. We are going to create it later. So we have a local host is going to be our host here for development. User, we can use root, and you can use the password if you have root. And then you can call the connect on the connection object that was created, and you can execute the query here. And then connection in. Let's try it out. Let's go to the server code and have this open at the same. So we got that, express, and so on. You can do it anywhere after line 5. You can choose. Perhaps I want to do before the server or after. I don't know. Let's try it here. So call MySQL.create connection. So we're going to create a connection to our database server. Pass an object as the argument. Now the object need a host. We're going to give localhost for development. And another key is the user. We can use root for development in our case. Password would be whatever you type. I'm gonna defer that. And database, we don't have a database right now. Let's use something that it's already there. Let's say if I say sudo MySQL and I say show databases, there's some information schema, whatever, MySQL. Let's say MySQL is the database, this one. Let's try that. With that, we can say, oh yeah, we have to start this object in a variable. Let's say const connection. Mind you, they're using ES5 var. That's fine, you can use that, but I'm using ES6 const. I don't need to redefine connection again after my first assignment. That's why. There's also let and so on. Okay, we got a connection. Let's connect. Let's try a query. Now let's check the tables here. Describe MySQL. Oops, I don't think that's not described. Use MySQL. Now we can see show tables. We got a lot of tables and so on. I don't know. Let's try something. Select star from slow log. Nothing. Select ID from user. I don't even know if the ID. Let's see what's in user. Describe user table. Got a lot of stuff. User table has a lot of fields. Has a field user character. Okay. Let's try something. Select user from. Oh, what happened there? Select user from MySQL where user root. What was the name of the table? I messed up here. The table is called user. Dot user. There you go. We can use this query as a sample example to see if it's working. I'm going to copy this. And let's see. So we got this query. Oops. So we're going to get some result, right? Let's see the way they do. So they're using. So you got the query first, then they have a callback function here as the second argument. Right out. Second argument will be a callback function. You can use the arrow function or function, doesn't matter. Error, results. What was the other thing? Fields. If error, you can throw the arrow, whatever you want to handle the arrow, whichever way. Anyway, I'm going to console log whatever this is. What is solution? I don't know. Oh, okay. So select 1 plus 1 as solution. Probably the table. Let's just do the results, see what I have. Results. We got that. Make sure to close the connection. Usually when the server dies, I don't have a mechanism right now, do I? Let's do this. I think this might be asynchronous. I don't know. Let's see. I want to see if it reaches this line. I've got to connect, query, and so on, so on. Let's say connection and here. So let's try it out. So node mon already restarted. Let me do it again. Client does not support authentication protocol requested by server. Consider upgrading MySQL client. Not supported. Okay. Let's see. I think there might be a problem with the npm package, or not. I'm just looking. So when you get this kind of problem and you don't know what to do, you want to look in their page, and usually there's a page where you can ask questions. You can see other people's questions, and in this case you can go to their homepage here, and you can go here to issues, and you can copy and paste the arrow you got, and you press enter, and you can see there's some open issues and some closed. You want to see what's going on. Let's see the closed ones. Try this. Duplicate of this. So let's try MySQL 8. Although I don't think I'm using MySQL 8. Sudo service MySQL status. MySQL community server. MySQL version. This is the client version. MySQL. I don't know if I have server. Don't think they have a command. Okay. Let's go to ATC MySQL. Yeah, ATC MySQL. Nothing here. Okay. Okay, let's backtrack here. Go back to the package website. Perhaps it's asking for my password. I don't know. Let's see. So usually you don't want to put the password in the code base. That's pretty bad. Usually you can store that in environment variables. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to say process.end. Let's say MySQL password. Oops. So I'm gonna define this variable here. You can do so like this. If it's temporary, you can say MySQL password equals whatever. If you want to make it permanent, you can copy this and add to your bash profile, whatever terminal you're using. ZSHRC, bash profile, bash RC, whatever you use. So I'm gonna do this while here, so give me one moment. I'm gonna open a new window, and I don't want you to see my password, so let me do Alright, I'm gonna search my bash RC. Let's try again. I don't know if that's related at all. So still the problem. Not supported. Maybe we are going to have to use a different npm package that's more updated, MySQL 2, I think. Maybe. Let's try that in the next lesson. See you then.